Good evening and welcome. I'm Vincent Makori. This is Africa 54. We begin in West Africa, where U.S. President Barack Obama is sending military personnel to Cameroon to conduct airborne surveillance of Boko Haram militants. Now, the troops were invited by Cameroon's government as part of a large international effort to stop the spread of violent extremism in the region. The need for international action has become more urgent as Boko Haram and other organizations ramped up their violent activities. A just-released U.S. report says the actions of Boko Haram and other extremist groups also pose a lasting threat to religious freedom.
Most prominent and most harmful, obviously, has been the rise of international terrorist groups, such as Daesh, Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram, and all have been guilty of vicious acts of unprovoked violence. Under their control, captives have been given a choice between conversion or slavery or death.
Cameroon is part of a joint regional task force fighting Boko Haram, which seeks to create a strict Islamic state in northern Nigeria. A U.S. defense official said American troops will stay in Cameroon as long as their presence is requested. Now, for more details on the U.S. government's move to help stamp out terrorism in West Africa, VOA Pentagon correspondent Carla Babb joins us live now. Carla, this seemed to have caught people by surprise. Did you see it coming?
Well, it was an unexpected decision by many people outside of this building, but here in the halls of the Pentagon, Africa Command has been working with the State Department to offer help to those countries that were mentioned in the package, Chad, Benin, Nigeria, Niger, and Cameroon, saying, we want to help in this fight. We don't want to put ground troops. We don't want to do this fight. This is your fight. But if you need help, we're here.
Now, we touched on that a little bit, but can you expound on what will be the role of the U.S. troops on the ground in Cameroon?
Well, the U.S. troops are going there to do intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, basically against the extremists in North Cameroon. That would be Boko Haram. That would also be any other groups that come in and try to conduct terrorist attacks in the area. The troops have said that that's where they're going to focus. They're going to be, a U.S. official told me they're going to be near one of the major civilian airports in the north, and they want to focus on that. However, there is room for helping with border protection, as well as building force capacity for the Cameroon military.
Now, some may say, well, Nigeria is the epicenter of Boko Haram attacks. Are we going to see U.S. troops in Cameroon, in Chad, in Niger? What do we know?
Well, it's too soon to say, but as I mentioned before, the United States has been very upfront with saying we want to help in a capacity that you need us against Boko Haram extremists. The United States understands how horrible that terrorism can be and how it spreads. So if we see something in the coming days, it would not be a shock to me. However, there's been nothing announced for any other countries at this time.
Very quickly, the president today also announced that there's going to be a delay in the withdrawal of U.S. troops in Afghanistan. What really prompted this delay?
Well, this was majorly because of two reasons. First of all, the unity government in Afghanistan wants the United States to stay, has asked the United States to continue its presence in the country. Second reason has been the Taliban is fighting. It's been a hard fighting season. They've tried to stay in the rural areas and take advantage of some of the areas where the United States has withdrawn. And the United States wanted to be clear and send a clear message that the Taliban needs to form a peace unity agreement with this Afghan government, because the United States is not going away. In fact, President Obama said to the Taliban, the only way that you're going to get a full withdrawal of U.S. troops is if there is a peace agreement. So he's saying, don't try to wait it out and then try to win the war. This war is not ending unless you commit to peace.
Carla, thank you very much.
Thank you.
VOA's Pentagon correspondent Carla Babb reporting live via Skype.